Welcome to Plan Watch Walk, the channel that brings you some of the best walking around. If you like what we do, why not subscribe and hit the bell? There's plenty more walks available for you on the channel. There's lots of resources available on the website, and we look forward to seeing you at the end of the video. Bye for now.
We leave Puerto Pollensa Bay and head up towards the Boquer Valley, passing Boquer Farm on our right and heading into the valley itself. We then head north and climb Clavel Banat before heading back down into the valley and dropping into Boquer Bay. Our return route takes us through Boquer Valley.
Well, you don't get a much better start to a walk than this. As I mentioned, we're in Puerto Pollensa. We've got the Bay of Puerto Pollensa ahead of us here. We're out early, so don't get too much of the sun. And what a cracking view it is. We're going to be heading up towards the Boquer. We've got the road ahead of us here. As we pass the Coral restaurant just on our left here, straight ahead of us, got the avenue up towards the Boquer Valley. We've just come up from the Cala de Boquer, which was the original entrance route to the Boquer Valley. And we've got here, straight ahead of us, the signpost, and we just follow the signpost for Cala Boquer, and we head up the pathway. Got ahead of us the first of a number of gates to head through. We can just start to see the farm building of the Boquer just ahead of us here. We're passing the old Boquer farm buildings just on our right here, and we've got another gate ahead of us. We can just see, just headed through the gate. We head up the side of the farm on this concrete track. Two pinnacles ahead of us here that we, on the path, we just need to walk through the centre of these and continue through. You can see there's lots of goats around here, and you're going to hear them the full way along. As we come out of these pinnacles, we're blessed with a beautiful view ahead of us. We're going to be climbing up there in due course. You can see ahead of us the path's really well defined as we go. Pretty well trodden. There's lots of people meander along here. Well, as we look behind us, we've got the two pinnacles that we just walked through. We've got the valley before the mountains. As we pan round, we can see the hills here, the northern end of the Tramutana Mountains. And see if I can get this one for you. This here is where we're going to be climbing up to, and the views are pretty spectacular. Wrong button. We've come along the path. There's many paths, none of which are right, none of which are wrong, but as long as we generally keep heading in an easterly direction, we come to a wall we can just see ahead of us here. need to pick up the wall and the path and just start heading up towards the eye in the mountains here on our left. Well, as we start to pull out of the valley, we started this walk early in the morning. We're being blessed with a fantastic sunrise. The climb's a bit interesting. It can be a bit steep. As long as you follow the stones, the piles of stones along the way, it's typically all right. Got a little bit more to go, then we're there. Not much further to go. Nearly there. Well, we're now up on the top. We're looking across to Cala Vincent. Got another walk on the site which takes us to there. So we pull round. We've got Puerto Pollensa just below us. Here's the valley we just walked through. And then we've got the bay, the Boquer Bay, and looking up towards Formentor. What a beautiful start to the day. Well, up on top, before we head back down into the valley and then down into the bay, I think I'll put the camera away and concentrate on the climb back down. So we'll pick up with you when we get back in the valley, and then we'll drop down into the bay in a while. Well, as we dropped down from the peak, we followed the small cairns and headed towards the bay on the way down, really. There's many paths we can follow. It's basically just finding the best one that's right for you, and just following your nose and just take the scenery on the way. It's just magnificent. We've now come to the edge of the final drop down, really, into the bay, and again it's just, there's many paths going down. It's just a case of finding whichever ones works for you, and just make the most of it going down. We've got the delights of the bay ahead of us. Well, we're nearly there, and the bay just seems to appear on itself as you come around the rocks and it opens up. It's just really worth taking some time. The bay's, it's really calming down here. When you're looking around, it's tranquil. It's just, it seems to be being rewarded for doing the climb. If you've got the time, the inclination, it's probably worth just dipping your feet in, resting your feet, or maybe having a bit of a swim if you fancy it. Once you spend a bit of time down here, we just follow our steps and head back up the small climb and back up and into the valley itself, just keeping an eye out and looking around, because the views are just great. Well, the route back, pretty straightforward. You just follow the path you came along in the first place, and you've always got ahead of you, you've got the two pillars of which the path follows through the middle of them. So it's pretty easy route back, and when you're there you just then drop down into Pollensa once again. Well, that concludes the walk today. It's been a great walk, fantastic views here in the Boquer Valley. If you like what we do, why not subscribe and hit the bell? It will help us greatly if you do that. Tell some of your fellow walkers as well, they may enjoy it. All the routing, the planning, the maps, the elevations, it's all on the website, planwatchwalk.guide. Plenty more videos to watch on the channel, on the YouTube channel. And that's it for this walk. See you on the next one. Bye for now.